Hello, my friend. Wherever you are, I'm glad you're here. Today, let's have a heart-to-heart conversation about something we all do from time to time: bragging. Yes, it's natural. When something good happens in our lives, we want to share it. We want to be seen, heard, and maybe even celebrated a little. But as we get older, something interesting happens. We begin to realize that how we share our joy can matter just as much as what we share. Some kinds of bragging, no matter how well intentioned, can end up causing discomfort, distance, or even hurt. So today, let's walk together through 5 types of bragging we should be especially careful with, yes, even when we feel like shouting it from the rooftops. 1. Bragging about money. Let's start with the big one: money. Money is important. It helps us survive, support our families, enjoy our retirement, and plan for the future. It's understandable that when we have some financial success, we feel proud. Maybe we want others to know that we've made it through tough times. Maybe we want to feel respected. But money, when brought up in the wrong way, can stir up a lot more than admiration. It can create jealousy, discomfort, or even distance between people. If someone's struggling financially, your good news might not feel like a celebration, it might feel like salt in a wound. And then there's this: when people think you have money, they may start asking for favors, loans, or business ideas. And if you help once, the expectation might continue. If you say no, they might see you as cold or selfish. Even worse, when we start spending to show our wealth just to maintain appearances, it's easy to lose track of the value of money itself. Real wisdom is in quiet stewardship. The most graceful people I know handle their finances with humility and privacy. They don't show off, they quietly help others when needed, and they live simply. So if you've been blessed with abundance, let your kindness, not your bank account, do the talking. 2. Bragging about our children. This one is close to many of our hearts: our children and grandchildren. As parents and grandparents, we naturally feel proud of them. When they graduate, get a good job, or win an award, it fills our hearts with joy. It's only human to want to share that with others. But there's a fine line between sharing and boasting. When conversations turn into laundry lists of achievements: my daughter is a doctor. My son works at a big company. My grandchild just got into Harvard. Others might begin to feel uncomfortable, or even inadequate. Remember, not everyone is having the same experience. Some may be struggling with their children's challenges, or feeling uncertain about their own family. In those moments, constant praise for our children can make others feel left out or hurt. If you do share something about your child's success, keep it simple and kind. Say something like, "I'm grateful he's doing well." Of course, we've all had our ups and downs. A little humility goes a long way. And remember, the best praise is the kind you give behind closed doors, not on a stage. 3. Bragging about health or youthfulness. Here's another one that sneaks up on us: bragging about how healthy or youthful we feel. I've never taken a pill in my life. I'm nearly 80 and I still hike every morning. Our family lives to be 100. It's inspiring, yes, but sometimes, if shared too strongly, it can create feelings of isolation or even guilt in others. Not everyone's body works the way it used to. Some are dealing with pain, illness, or fatigue. When someone constantly hears how great another person is doing, they might start to feel like they're falling behind. Even things like, "I still look young for my age," can come across as a subtle judgment, whether we mean it that way or not. Instead of focusing on how well we're doing, what if we asked others how they are? How's your energy these days? Want to join me for a walk sometime? That opens the door to connection, not comparison. Let's be thankful for good health but not boastful. True strength is shown when we lift others up with us. 4. Bragging about who we know. Now let's talk about the name dropper. You've probably heard it before. I had dinner with a senator once. My cousin is a CEO. I know someone at City Hall. In some cultures, especially in the past, connections were seen as everything. Who you knew was almost more important than what you did. But today, that kind of talk can feel, well, unnecessary. It doesn't add much to a conversation, unless the person you're speaking with is directly affected. Often, when someone brags about their connections, the listener walks away thinking, so what? Or that's not really relevant to me. And sometimes, it even makes people feel small or like their own experiences aren't as valuable. So here's a better path if your connections can genuinely help someone, say, finding a job or solving a problem. Offer that help quietly. No fanfare, no name dropping. That's the kind of influence that builds real respect. 5. Bragging about the past. And finally, let's talk about nostalgia, those good old days. We all did. We talk about how we served in the military, led big teams at work, ran successful businesses. And we should feel proud of those things. Our stories matter. But if we keep repeating the same ones, if our identity gets stuck in who we were, we risk losing sight of who we are. You might notice people start to tune out. Or they might wonder, why do they keep bringing that up? The truth is, every generation has its own heroes. Today's young people are building different kinds of lives. They may not understand our world, but that's okay. Instead of just looking back, let's also look forward. What excites you now? What are you learning, or hoping to do? That mindset, that curiosity is what truly inspires people. Our past is a foundation, not a finish line. So today, we reflected on 5 kinds of bragging that, if we're not careful, can lead us away from meaningful relationships. Bragging about money, bragging about children, bragging about health or age, bragging about who we know, bragging about our past accomplishments. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing inherently bad about feeling proud. In fact, we should all take time to celebrate the things we've worked hard for. But true wisdom comes from knowing when to speak, and when to listen. When to lift ourselves, and when to lift others. Instead of bragging, try sharing encouragement. Offer someone a compliment, a kind word, or a quiet helping hand. That's how we build warmth, trust, and dignity. And if the urge to brag comes up, try this: share a little, and then give a little. Give a gift, give praise, give love. That way, your joy becomes a shared blessing, not a one-person spotlight. Thank you for being here today. I hope this message stays with you and brings a little light into your relationships. If this video spoke to your heart, please consider liking it and subscribing. Until next time, stay well, stay kind, and may your days be filled with grace.